Good afternoon, good morning. Excited to celebrate and honor some awesome alums, recent grad students, and students in our award ceremony for 2022. Well, thank you all for joining on a Saturday. Really wanted just to kick this thing off by just giving a little background on what ABPA has been up to. I have some notes to the side, so I'll have a look over there as I read. Um, but just really excited about what we've been up to the last couple of years and frankly, what's going on even going forward. Um, I think a couple of things that have been coming up. We've run several events. And we have a new YouTube channel, which we will continuously be sharing out about 12, 13 events we've run over the last, call it 18 months. And super excited to just be able to continue that work and good progress. Um, the I'm trying to think. The reunions event that we had in the end of May was probably one of the most well attended we've had. I think we had around 400 people at the afternoon barbecue. So just was an awesome time to actually get back in person. And super excited as we go into continue to celebrate ABPA's 50th anniversary. To continue to bring to life some of the stories of one, how ABPA was founded, and two, just through the generations of what Black people and Black alums have meant to Princeton over time. So just really excited. One thing, if you haven't seen it yet, is we have a digital yearbook going around where we're collecting profiles from as many Black alums as possible to really create a timestamp of Black Princeton life over the last 50 years. So if you haven't gotten any access to that, please feel free to drop me a note in the chat and I'll make sure that you get a link to that directly. But with that, we're super excited just to honor this year's awardees. Every week, and I think what I'm most excited about is just the breadth of experiences and the breadth of just rich stories, right? I think from deep volunteering with the university to the National Hall of Fame for inventors to thinking about how technology really can create a more just world. Just tons of really great work and just excited to jump in here. So to get started, we will be kicking off with our first award, which is our Student Book Award. And that award is has been established really as a way to originally it was set up as a scholarship through the university, which has been endowed and still runs. But it's really was designed to honor student rising senior for what they've done on and around campus. And this year, the award winner is Peyton Prosky, and kind of read a little bit about her background. So Peyton is a visual artist and tech justice scholar, writing, coding, and designing a liberatory future for all who refuse to submit to technology's watchful eye. Pursuing a degree in African American Studies and a minor in computer science, Peyton's research seeks to uncover and develop ways of designing digital systems to protect and empower targeted communities. On campus, Peyton is a creative content director for the Ida B. Wells Just Data Lab, where she extends her studies by collaborating with community organizations to address the creation, reproduction, and lack of data in underrepresented communities. She also serves as the undergraduate board of advisors for the Department of African American Studies, as a communication and social media specialist for the Lewis Center for the Arts, and as a social and communications chair for Princeton's chapter of the National Society of Black Engineers, NSBE. Additionally, Peyton is a staff cartoonist for the Daily Princetonian and a 2021 recipient of the Martin A. Dale 53 Summer Award. Peyton is calling in from Paris and just super excited to have her share a little about her story. So I'll give it over to you, Peyton.
Thank you, Eric, for such a generous introduction. And thank you to the Association of Black Alumni, Black Princeton alum, for the recognition and giving me a chance to kind of talk about myself to so many great people. And as you can see, I do a lot on campus, but I really feel that is because I've really found like my pocket of Princeton's campus, where it's so rich and stimulating with immersive research and impactful professors, and like just amazing peers. My time at Princeton has been difficult, but it's also been very rewarding, and I'm ever so grateful for that. Yes, and generally my research is concerning race and technology, and how can we reinvent the way that we create technology? How can we change the way that we think about these digital systems, taking back our privacy, taking back our consent, and changing the world around us and creating a more liberatory future is really the goal here. And it's also the legacy that I would like to leave on Princeton's campus as I work in the Ida B. Wells Just Data Lab and just with my peers in more in less professional settings. I really am hopeful that I can kind of leave some kind of impact on campus, being, you know, a new way of thinking about things, the ethics of tech, the ethics of AI, and all of these other buzzwords that land in the media. And as I prepare for my final year at Princeton, I'm really thinking about the ways to create spaces and pockets of peace and creativity. As you all know, we've been through, and we still are going through, a global pandemic. And it's a climate change crisis and political upheaval and all kinds of things. But there's still been, like I said, I found that pocket of just richness at Princeton and calm amongst the storm. And I really do hope to continue leading that space for other, especially other Black students that come behind me. And I also look forward to embarking on my last leg of the journey with my fellow Tigers. And I also look forward to just meeting all of the alumni once I graduate from this chapter of my life, and being able to meet all of you and seeing, interacting with you all as I go along my journey and you go along yours, and hopefully we all cross paths. So yes, thank you again for the acknowledgement and this recognition, and I'll pass the mic back to Eric.
Thanks, Spain. Really excited about the work that you do, and I'm looking forward to just hearing about more of the great work. I think Karen passed to me actually an article I think that you had written, or that was written about you a couple of weeks ago. And it was just impressive stuff. So thank you for being here. But with that, I will actually pass the floor to Karen to introduce our Patrice Y. Johnson 80 Graduate Memorial Award. So I'll pass it over to Karen.
Thank you. Hopefully I won't be that long, but you know me. I'm honored to present this award to Annabelle Lima. Before I talk about Annabelle, I would like to say a couple words about Patrice. I actually met Patrice when she was a grad student at Princeton, and later ran into her several times when we were both working in Washington, DC. Patrice was a vibrant, thoughtful, compassionate person with a dry sense of humor who could talk to anyone about anything or nothing at all. So clearly she was a woman after my own heart. She was a mentor to both undergraduates, grad students, and colleagues. I believe that she would be thrilled that this award is going to somebody who embodies that same spirit. Originally from Ethiopia, Annabelle earned a bachelor's degree in biomedical engineering from Brown University. As a PhD student in the laboratory of Mark Brownelson, Associate Professor of Chemical and Biological Engineering, Annabelle investigated mechanisms of bacterial persistence to antibiotics. That's a mouthful. Anyway, during her time at Princeton, Annabelle also served as a diversity fellow with the grad school. She mentored undergraduates through programs in the Emma Bloomberg Center for Access and Opportunity. She also worked as a professional development associate for the Grad Futures program, and she served as a graduate instructor mentor for the Office of Undergraduate Research. She was honored with the Excellence in Teaching Award from the grad school in 2018, and also received an Air Products Teaching Award from the Chemical and Biological Engineering Department for outstanding teaching. After completing her degree this May, she will begin a 10-month biodesign innovation fellowship at Stanford University. She hopes to integrate ultimately science, policy, and entrepreneurship to devise ways to increase healthcare access in sub-Saharan Africa. Congratulations, Annabelle.
Thank you so much, Karen, for the wonderful introduction. I am so humbled and honored to be receiving the Patrice Y. Johnson Memorial Award. It means a lot to me. I've been so privileged to work with so many wonderful offices while I was at Princeton, and the work has fulfilled me in more ways that I could explain. I always have found energy in community, and the spaces that I have been involved in at Princeton, including the Office for Access, Diversity, and Inclusion, the Professional Development Associate, FSI, CIFP, and the Office of Undergraduate Research. They provided me with community and a space to grow, thrive, and also give back to students that are like me. So I want to thank everyone that I have worked with for the past 6 years for helping me find my place at Princeton, and also helping me make my experience as memorable and as rewarding as it has been. I hope to carry everything that I've learned at Princeton in my lab and also in these spaces that I've worked in into like the real world and create an impact as I go on. And also it takes a village. So I would also like to thank my mentors, my advisor, my teammates, my family, my friends that have supported me through these experiences and helped me give back in any way that I could. And lastly, I would like to thank the ABPA Awards Committee for organizing this and honoring us too. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Annabelle. Thank you for what you did on campus, and thank you for being here all the way from Ethiopia. So really, really appreciate it. Next up on the awards, we have the Dr. Carl A. Fields Memorial University Service Award. And to introduce the award winner there, we will have Kevin Hudson, class of 97, introducing our award winner. Kevin, I'll pass to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. It's really an honor to introduce our next honoree. Michelle Minter has been a member of the Princeton University staff since 1995. Until 2008, Michelle served as Director of Development and Campaign Director, managing the university's annual fundraising efforts and comprehensive campaign. After a hiatus from Princeton, serving as Vice President for Development at the College Board, Michelle returned to Princeton in 2008 at the request of Chris Eisgruber. She currently serves as Vice Provost and Chief Diversity Officer, overseeing the university's initiatives focused on diversity, inclusion, and access for all. As some of you may know, I work with Michelle at Princeton. She's my boss. I was drawn, I never thought I would come back to higher ed, but I was drawn back to the university because of Michelle's vision. In response to my question about why she took this role, she shared, "I believe that Princeton matters. We have a rare platform that can result in real change, and we also have obligations as a result. Michelle has challenged us as a university to move beyond program-based DEI to thoughtfully consider how the university can make systemic change within the institution and combat systemic racism beyond Princeton. She is known throughout campus as a model strategic leader. She is a trusted mentor, confidant, colleague, and friend to fellow staff and faculty, as well as students. Her impact for Princeton will live long beyond her tenure." Again, it's my honor to introduce a fellow award winner for the Dr. Carl A. Fields Memorial University Service Award, Michelle Minter. Thank you.
One of the greatest privileges in my role is to get to work with and learn from gifted colleagues. So thank you very much, Kevin. I appreciate the introduction. And Eric, Catherine, ABPA board members, thank you for this truly great honor. Officially, I am not allowed to have a favorite alumni affinity group, but you are close to my heart. As Kevin has said, I've been part of the university for a long time. I believe it was Ken Bruce that first introduced me to ABPA more than 20 years ago, and I've served under 3 different presidents. I am proud of the ways in which Princeton is changing. We now have a Black dean of the faculty, a Black dean of the graduate school, a Black vice president for campus life. We have more than 60 full-time diversity, equity, inclusion practitioners on campus. We have a Laura Wooten Hall rather than a Woodrow Wilson School. And if you don't know who Laura Wooten is, you should check the homepage because it's just an amazing story. As well as now 2 residential colleges and several dorms named after people of color that are just about to open up. We have research partnerships with HBCUs that Kevin is very involved in, and an aggressive supplier diversity program. So I do believe we are moving past superficial gestures around diversity, equity, and inclusion, and digging much deeper to address our systems. At the same time, we have so much work to do. My dear friend and mentor, Brent Henry, class of '69, who just received a very well-deserved honorary degree, once described the work of anti-racism and equity as being like trench warfare. And I think that's true. You have to show up every day and be prepared to fight some of the same battles all over again. Princeton still does have a lot to do to close the gap in the experience of Black students and other students with minoritized identities. Our faculty continues to need to diversify, and I could keep going. But my pledge to you is that we will continue to do the work. We do have an obligation to do it, informed by our history, but also based on our great privilege, and in keeping with our Princeton aspirations to lead and to use our influence for good. I think that is more important than ever in a national climate where we are seeing racist pushback and contempt for higher education. So I pledge to you, we will continue to try to do the work. I also want to thank all of you as alumni. Alumni play a huge role in changing Princeton for the better, through your volunteer service, through your advocacy, and through your activism. The university isn't always going to agree with every single one of you about how to make the university a better place, but your involvement, your ideas, your generosity, plus a good, hard, persistent push now and then, all of that is critical to keeping us honest in the administration and keeping us moving forward. So I hope that you will keep it coming. And I want to encourage you to, and invite you to reach out to me at any time with your ideas, your thoughts, or just to come by if you're on campus. I learn a lot from alumni, and I love connecting with all of you. So thank you again for everything that you do. And especially thank you to ABPA for this honor. And now I'll pass it back to Eric.
Thank you, Michelle. Really appreciate that perspective, those kind words. Kevin, thank you for the introduction. Just appreciate you all and all the work you're doing to make Princeton a better place for all of us, past, present, and future. So thank you. Next up, we have our Alumni Service Award. And this year we'll be having Catherine Toppin, O2, present the award to the award winner. So I will pass the floor to you, Catherine, and let you kind of introduce the winner.
Lena, say hi to everybody. So hello everyone. This is my daughter Lena. She's been wanting to say hi to everyone the entire time. Hopefully she'll bear with us there for my portion of this. I'm just absolutely delighted and honored to present this award to Charles Davis, class of '76. Yeah. Lena, shh. Okay. Listen, look, we're on live right now. Okay. Look, mommy's gonna read this and then we can do that, okay? Okay, bear with us. Yeah, look, shh. Okay, Charles Davis Jr., 76. Okay. Yeah, okay, sorry. Here we go, all right. Charles' commitment to alumni service includes almost 3 decades of volunteerism with several organizations, including the Alumni Schools Committee, the Washington, D.C. Committee of ABPA, and the Princeton Prize in Race Relations. He's currently still serving on the ABPA Board of Directors. Since the late 1990s, Charles has either promoted, coordinated, attended almost every signature event involving Black and/or Latino alumni in Washington, D.C. In this fashion, his contributions to the legacy of ABPA in the DMV are unparalleled in both their impact and longevity. Known for effectively coordinating behind the scenes, Charles has previously served as the board's parliamentarian and is currently part of the leadership of the DC Regional Committee. In this role, he has hosted gatherings, attended focus groups, in conjunction with the Black Alumni Conferences. And many of you may even remember that he and his wife, Dr. Vanessa Austin Davis, were featured in a promotional video for the Thrive Conference. Some of Charles' most notable contributions and participations include advertising and joint coordination of the annual Hoya Holiday Hoops, coordination of a series of group admissions to the National Museum of African American History and Culture for alumni of color, his enthusiastic support for the celebrated annual backyard barbecue picnic for alumni families, now 15 years running. It's actually running again this year. Charles consistently has already sent out emails for that event. I'll let him do his own plug for that, but that's still ongoing. And on a personal note, one significant highlight for his time spent as a volunteer has been a visit to the Supreme Court with his friend and classmate, Justice Sonia Sotomayor, also class of 76. Charles' professional career is as dedicated as his volunteerism. After graduating from Georgetown Law in 1980, he clerked for Judge Henry Kennedy Jr., class of 70, in the Superior Court of the District of Columbia, and he also clerked with the DC Court of Appeals. He later joined a small Wall Street law firm as a commercial litigation associate, and then joined the New York State Department of Law as an assistant attorney general. He served over 12 years in the Litigation Bureau, becoming a section chief representing and defending state agencies and officials in state, federal, and appellate trial courts. In 1995, Charles re-entered private law practice, becoming a partner in the preeminent minority-owned New York City law firm of Williams and Harris. And in the late 1990s, he returned to DC to join the staff of the Securities and Exchange Commission as senior counsel in the Office of General Counsel. In 2000, he joined the Commission's Division of Enforcement, where he worked until his retirement in 2020. Charles was a member of the New York and DC bars and is a member of the Supreme Court, and also a member of the bar of the Supreme Court of the United States. Happy Father's Day, everyone, and also to Charles. He has two children, Charles Harrelson and Olivia Nicole. And in his retirement, he continues to volunteer with ABPA and Princeton and enjoys spending time with his wife and their 7-year-old granddaughter. On a personal note, during my entire alumni service, Charles has been a trusted advisor and a friend. He's someone who has supported me through almost every single volunteer decision I've made, and someone I've enjoyed spending and getting to know as a friend. Thank you so much for all that you do for ABPA, Charles, the things that are seen and unseen. You're one of the most consistent volunteers that I've ever met, and you're truly sort of the embodiment of unsung hero. Even Charles is usually part of the award selection process because of his knowledge, and we had to punk fake him real good in order to provide him with this honor today. I'm just so pleased, honored to be able to present this award for you, Charles. You 100% deserve it. Congratulations.
Thank you. Vanessa and I attended an ALPA event this morning at the Smithsonian Museum of American History, the opening of a new dedicated Latino history room, and hopefully that will develop into, in 10 years or so, Latino museum comparable to the History and Culture Museum. Since leaving Princeton, this has been my volunteerism in DC has been an effort to stay in touch with Princeton. It's been an easy volunteer job to do what I'm doing down here. It's humbling to listen to a summary of what I've done these many years. I don't have any, there's no point in time when I'm going to hand this over to someone else. I'm still doing it. We've got the barbecue happening in July this year, the 15th year. Everybody's welcome. But I think one of my proudest moments in doing this sort of, reunioning in the DMV for Princeton alumni was the visit to the Supreme Court with Sonia. It wasn't just visiting a classmate, it was visiting a friend. We had a conference room, 60 plus people in that meeting. A official court photograph was taken, which we can't share with people. We were told not to publish it, but it's something that can be shared with the folks who were in that room. This morning, we stood beside a picture of her again at this Latino history exhibit in the Smithsonian. That's why we're on the road, in the car, not sitting, in an office or at home at the table and, with the proper backdrop. But thank you very much, Catherine, for the intro. I'm humbled by this award. I was faked out. There was some discussion of it going somewhere else, and I was a little put out, I must admit. And then it was, hey, you're getting it. I'm like, what? Okay, thank you very much. But again, I'm humbled. I'm honored. Thanks to the committee. Thanks to ABPA. I'm a proud alum, a proud Black alum. Hope to see you at the picnic. Eric, back to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Charles. In the words of Michelle from earlier, I can't have a favorite award winner, but you are close to my heart, Charles. You're close to my heart. So I appreciate you and all
Thank
of
you.
here. So, but for our last award winner, we're going to have, it's the Distinguished Alumni Award, and we'll be having Danica Aben, class of 11, introducing our award winner. And then for context, the award winner also had a little bit of like medical surgery. So I'll be actually playing a video for her, just to give a heads up there. But Danica, I'll pass to you.
Thank you, Eric. So I am Danica Aben, class of 2011, and as a fellow woman in STEM, I am honored to be able to present the Distinguished Alumni Award on behalf of the Association of Black Princeton Alumni. This award is given in recognition of the alumni who exemplifies the highest ideals and traditions of Princeton University. This year's award recipient is Dr. Marian Croak, class of 77. Dr. Marian Croak is the Vice President of Responsible AI and Human-Centered Technologies at Google. She was formerly VP for Site Reliability Engineering for Ads, Corporate Engineering, and YouTube at Google. Dr. Croak joined Google in late 2014 after retiring from AT&T as an SVP responsible for advanced research and innovation and designing and developing one of the world's largest wireless broadband networks. She managed over 2,000 world-class engineers and computer scientists. Dr. Marian Croak is also a prolific inventor in the voice data communications field with over 200 patents to her name. She's best known for developing voice over internet protocols, or VoIP, technology that converts your voice into a digital signal, allowing you to make a call directly from your computer or other digital device. Dr. Marian has also received numerous awards, including the 2013 and 2014 Edison Patent Awards, and was inducted into the Women in Technology International's Hall of Fame in 2013. Dr. Croak and her team created a text-to-donate system for charitable organizations that first saw widespread use after Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans in 2005, which raised $130,000. After the 2010 earthquake in Haiti, the technology raised over $43 million in donations. She's a strong supporter of STEM initiatives, served on many boards, including including NACME and Catalyst, and personally mentors many individuals in STEM. Marion attended Princeton University and the University of Southern California, where she received her doctorate in quantitative analysis and social psychology. She's currently a member of the Corporate Advisory Board for the University of Southern California School of Engineering and the Schwartz-Reisman Institute Advisory Board. She was inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame, the National Academy of Engineering, and the American Academy of Arts and Sciences in 2022. Dr. Marion, you are truly an inspiration, both professionally and in your service to others, and we are honored to present this award to you. Thank you.
I am deeply honored to receive this award. Thank you so much for the incredible, amazing recognition. It inspires and motivates me to continue my 40-year journey in technology. Beginning at my time at Princeton, I have been fortunate to meet and come to know many creative and very talented people who share my desire to change the world. And it is on behalf of them and my 3 loving children that I accept this award. Thank you again for the recognition. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you, Marion, and thank you for actually being here. Appreciate all that you've done for the community, for technology in general, for the world in so many ways, right? Like the idea that we can have a Zoom call doesn't exist without VoIP. So really appreciate all that you've done there. To wrap up, really just wanted to wrap up with kind of 2 thoughts. One, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Also, I'd be remiss on this Juneteenth weekend not to at least make some sort of acknowledgement and just thank all this Black excellence for getting together in a world and frankly in a country that wasn't built or made for us, but was made by us, and genuinely appreciate all that you all are doing, and just thank you for the time on a Saturday. Catherine, I appreciate you and your daughter making an appearance, and I've been lucky enough to have the little one sitting next to me sleep the whole time. So fingers crossed, I made it all the way through the event. He didn't wake up. So
and Eric, we will be remiss without just acknowledging your leadership. As someone who sat in that seat, I know it's like president means that you're chief volunteer, bottle washer, cook, and everything. Thank you so much for putting this together. Thank you for continuing the legacy of ABPA in these types of times. I think it's only gotten better. Thanks for the shirts. Thanks for everything that you're doing to continue to connect all of us and highlight this, as you said, the Black excellence that we have here. So, Mr. President, we appreciate you.
Thank you, Catherine. I sincerely appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. But with that, I will give you all back a few minutes on a Saturday and just thank you for attending, and thank you for all the awardees and all the introducers for really making this a special event. So thank you and have a great rest of the weekend.
Stay well, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.